What's going on, Average Tech Guy here, and today we are back with more tech, more reviews. Now, the iPad Air 4 just came out. Got it sitting right over here, and I thought I would bring you some alternatives to the Magic Keyboard as well as the Apple Pencil. These are both by the company Logitech. This is the Folio Touch, and this is the Logitech Crayon. So let's talk about them. So as you guys know, when Logitech came out with this, they didn't make a version for the 12.9 iPad Pro. So I've been using that with the Magic Keyboard for months now. Magic Keyboard typing experience is probably second to none, and the trackpad actually supports gestures as well. Backlit keys, only thing missing is that dedicated shortcut row that I really don't notice is missing, but from time to time you do feel like you need that shortcut row just because it makes things more simple, more easy, more convenient. But with this device right here, I was waiting for the iPad Air 4 to come out so that I could actually try it. Now I'm going to tell you, Apple knew what they were doing when they made this, and I'll tell you why. So first, let's get this unboxed and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So you get some instructions in there and you get the keyboard itself, and that's it, nothing else. Now, so you see up top how humongous this port is. It's large, right? Now this is a case, the OtterBox Symmetry series for the iPad Pro 11. You see how small and petite this little button is right here? I'm gonna put these side by side so you can actually see. Now the one thing I want you to be aware of, and I'm going to talk about this in another video, is that the iPad 11 and the 10.9 on the Air actually have the same dimensions, but the buttons don't match up. And in order to take advantage of that fingerprint scanner, you're gonna have to have something that's open. So when Apple put out this Logitech keyboard, they knew exactly what they were doing in having that iPad Air to come out very shortly after this keyboard came. The keyboard was already made for that device. You just match up that fingerprint scanner and you can tell right away. Now, let's look at this a little bit further because a few interesting things about this keyboard. Now, this Folio actually has keys. Now, with this keyboard, you still get a full array of keys. You get a dedicated trackpad. Trackpad supports gestures, and you also get a full functioning shortcut row. You do get a hinge right here that goes back and forth. You get a hard TPU, your 3-pin connector, camera cutout, and you get a magnetic closure that closes your pencil as well as protects your device from falling out. Now, if you actually flip this thing over, you actually get a kickstand that hinges out, gives you multiple standing angles. There are no issues with that. And the magnet on it is one of the best that I've seen. Very sturdy, very strong. So the next thing we actually got to do is drop the iPad over in here. So always putting it in camera first, and then you just kind of snap around those edges, and that's pretty much it. So one of the biggest things about this is it does support that auto sleep wake. As soon as you open it up, you're good to go. That's what I always look for on a case, is the auto sleep wake function, as well as the ability to keep and charge my Apple Pencil while I'm on the go. So I'm always looking for that. Those are the two major functions in a case. But in this keyboard, we're looking for functionality as well. So what I'm gonna do is snap that back, and it stays shut. Like there's no looseness to it, it's no coming off. And if you wanna use this in portfolio mode, it may be a little tricky, but it can be done. Just fold it back. Just know that this magnet will not fold and hold there. Has to fold directly to the back of the case. So once you actually get this in, this is what it's gonna look like. Now your kickstand can be adjusted to tons of different angles depending on however you want to do it. You can use this for sketching. You can use this in a book mode or a tablet mode so that you can just kind of hold it behind the keyboard behind and do your entertainment. And you can also use this to be super productive. Now the only issue that I may have had out of this is it's not lappable, but the Magic Keyboard is not really that lappable itself just because of the weight distribution of the tablet and the case. Typing on this feels really premium, really smooth, and with your Logitech Crayon, you can take advantage of all the same features that you have on your Apple Pencil, minus one, which is the pressure sensitivity. You get everything else works. Your scribble works, any of your notes applications, drawing shapes and making those, that works. And the screenshot from the corner, one of my favorite things to do, it really works. But the pressure sensitivity is just not there. So if you're an artist, I actually suggest that you get the Apple Pencil, which is $130 versus this one that you can pick up for about $60. If you're an average person, this one is the way to go. So let's talk about price, because this one right here is going to cost you anywhere from about $150 to $160, and the Magic Keyboard is going to always cost you $300. On price, this one wins hands down. And then your Logitech Crayon is going to cost you about $60, whereas your Apple Pencil is going to cost you about $130. Just keep that in mind when thinking about these purchases. So the only drawback to this keyboard is probably the actual size. I have decent sized hands, so this keyboard, when I'm using it, the keys feel a little small, a little cramped, but it is for almost an 11-inch screen. Now my Magic Keyboard is for my 12.9, and I've just gotten used to typing on that because the keys are nice and spaced and spread it out. But the addition of this shortcut row makes a lot of difference, because now I can change brightness, I can change my songs, I can change brightness of the backlight on the actual keyboard itself. There's no issues and no limits to the things that I can do. So shortcut row, big check. Backlit keyboards, double check. You got a trackpad that also supports gestures, huge check. And a full keyboard that gets you anything that you need anytime you need it. A sketch mode, a portfolio mode, a keyboard mode, whatever you need, you get it with this keyboard. So if you're looking for some good alternatives to the Apple devices, because sometimes they can get a little pricey, these from Logitech are going to do you justice. The Logitech Crayon, as well as the Logitech Keyboard Folio, both great devices, both at half the price of the Apple devices, and basically the same functionality. So I'll be sure to drop links below so you can check these out for yourself. Hopefully this has been able to help someone out, and until next time, be sure and give me that big thumbs up, and please subscribe. Average Tech Guy out. Peace.